Hi, my name's Rylan, and along with Sean, Bruce, Alvin, and Rehan, we'll be discussing artificial intelligence for diagnostics and treatments of viruses and diseases.
AI, AI has developed rapidly in recent years and revealed its talent in medicine treatment. AI techniques are frequently used for diagnosing many critical diseases nowadays. It has already showed high efficiency in vaccine development and surveillance. A large proportion of hospitals all over the world are using AI diagnosing and AI techniques in vaccine development for malaria, HIV, Ebola, H1N1, and many infectious diseases. In this presentation, we are going to introduce you how AI impacts vaccine development, multiple viruses and its vaccines, the overview of recent application in AI technicals for vaccine development. And my partner Rehan is going to introduce you more information in the background part.
The background of this section is based upon the Global Grand Challenge, which is funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The purpose for this challenge is to identify an emerging technology and provide a counteract global health concern, which is a global matter. The emerging technology in hand is artificial intelligence and its respective subsets of machine learning and deep learning. These are used to diagnose, treat, and develop vaccines for numerous viruses and illnesses. Artificial intelligence is a broad version of machine intelligence which replicates human rationale for adapting from interactions. Artificial intelligence can be broken down into machine learning, which can be further simplified into deep learning. Deep learning is a method which involves representation learning techniques through different algorithms and neural networks. As engineering students from Canada, it is our main responsibility to develop rapid diagnostics testing measurements for developing countries around the world. The main priority for our topic is treating illnesses and viruses, including HIV, malaria, Ebola, AIDS, and SARS. Artificial intelligence is a rapid way of diagnosing and treating many of these illnesses. These puts more faith in machine learning technology and reduces human error significantly. Testing is done rapidly and lab samples do not take up 72 hours for diagnosis through microscopic samples of cells. And on to my next slide, I will be discussing deep learning image processing. So deep learning is a type of machine learning, which is learning through example and by human rationale. Deep learning involves machines adapting to scenarios and reprogramming with respect to their ambient surroundings. Deep learning can come in three forms: supervised, semi-supervised, or most commonly used, unsupervised. Computer models classify these medical images provided and examine them through laboratory samples and microscopic readings. Deep learning has a very high accuracy reading, and the error is significantly limited with the deep learning processes. Deep learning techniques use big data and derive the key and useful data points from these vast amount of data. Deep learning also requires a vast amount of power for its computing purposes. Deep learning is often used within automated driving vehicles, military, medical research, electronics, and industrial automation. Deep learning can be used to derive the key illnesses from within the trillions in our body. And on to my next slide, I'll be elaborating on machine learning and the deep learning processes. So the neural networks often contain these deep and hidden layers, totaling of up to 150 layers. Neural networks use big data sets to extract specific data without the need of manual specific data. These used within red blood cells and identify an existence of HIV, for example, within image process. Convolutional neural networks are the most common types of networks within deep learning. Convolutional neural networks use input data to process images and convolve the learned features along the data being inputted. This method is often used in order to eradicate feature extraction manually. Image classification is also a major purpose for these networks, and identifying samples from the human body to determine healthy cells from infected cells. And my partner, Alvin, would be discussing AI as a vaccine.
Vaccine development is a long and difficult process. As many know, there's currently a rush to develop a vaccine for COVID-19. Leveraging modern computational power and AI would allow researchers to focus more time on testing drugs. The world's first AI-developed vaccine has been released in summer of 2019 and is currently in clinical trials across the US. Developed by a research team at Flinders University in South Australia, search algorithm for ligands, or as the team refers to as SAM, developed a more effective influenza vaccine than currently available, demonstrating the potential of AI-developed vaccine. How SAM works, you might ask. SAM is a neural network that was initially trained with a large set of effective flu vaccines and another set of bad flu vaccines. This will allow the AI to differentiate the differences between a good and bad chemical compound. As far as how SAM develops vaccines, first, a synthetic chemist generates thousands of chemical compounds. Then, SAM will have to sift through and identify the best flu vaccines. Then, the researchers will synthesize the most promising vaccine compounds and test them on live blood cells. This process will allow scalability in development of vaccine compounds, as with more computational power means more vaccine compounds can be identified. This will allow the researchers to focus more time on testing the vaccine compounds on live blood cells.
Okay, so other solutions for diagnosing diseases include DNA-based tests on different type of proteins. There's also light LED fluorescent microscopy testing and drug and culture susceptibility testing. All of these type of tests take a long time because they have to be sent to a lab to be checked up on and like look at all the different information and data inside of these tests. And they cost a lot of money. Now, looking at AI, if you look at the charts on the slide, the data, just overall data on medicine is exponential. So as data increases, there's more data for AI to cling onto and read to diagnose other diseases and find new vaccines for different diseases. So our solution is quite obviously better than the other traditional solutions right now. And on to the next slide.
So finally, let us make a summary. AI is what we call artificial intelligence. Although it has developed rapidly in recent years, this technology still has a great development potential. Depends on AI through deep learning coupled with the unparalleled computing speed of the machines, make AI a available solution for developing new vaccines. We suggest that use search algorithm for ligand trials combine different drugs to find possible vaccines. Among of these alternatives, huge databases are used to compare this feasibility of the various options with the degrees of the cures of the vaccines to select an optimal solution. In addition, artificial intelligence can develop a drug according to special directions. For example, this time, coronavirus 2019, most of that are middle-aged or elderly peoples. Then AI can custom a drug according to these directions. This also means that the customizations is also an advantage of artificial intelligence to develop vaccines. For the data source that provide AI to learn and analyze, we chose Twitter. It is because according to the data, Twitter users are more concerned and willing to accept the vaccines. So this have a very beneficial impact on our AI data analysis. So that's all our today presentation. Thank you for listening.